Meanwhile, Donald, you know, it's Autism Awareness Day, and the facts came out last week that so many more people are being diagnosed with autism than before. Have you been thinking about that?
Well, I've been very much involved with it over the years. I have some great friends, Bob and Suzanne Wright, who used to head up NBC, as you remember,
Sure.
and they've really devoted their life to autism. And they've had a serious event take place in their family, and they're fantastic people. And I've helped them over the years, and we've had fundraisers at Mar-a-Lago and other places, and I've gotten to be pretty familiar with the subject. And, you know, I have a theory, and it's a theory that some people believe in, and that's the vaccinations. I mean, we never had anything like this. This is now an epidemic. It's way, way up over the last 10 years. It's way up over the last 2 years. And, you know, when you take a little baby that weighs like 12 pounds into a doctor's office and they pump them with many, many simultaneous vaccinations, I'm all for vaccinations, but I think that when you add all of these vaccinations together, and then 2 months later the baby is so different and lots of different things have happened, and I've known cases. I knew a case, a 2-year-old child went for the vaccination. The child was fine. A month later, the parent was up in arms, didn't know what was going on because the baby had just lost it.
Right. And you know that most physicians disagree with that in the studies.
They do.
And the studies have said that there is no link. It used to be thought that it was the mercury in those vaccinations, which they have not had for years, and yet we're at the highest number in recent time of autism. So maybe it's environmental.
Well, it's also very controversial to even say, but I couldn't care less. I mean, I've seen people where they have a perfectly healthy child, and they go for the vaccinations, and a month later, the child is no longer healthy.
It sounds like something Doug Flutie, a former quarterback, said happened to his son. At about 2.5, he stopped talking, and I don't know if that's related at all to the vaccine.
Well, it happened to somebody that worked for me recently. I mean, they had this beautiful child, not a problem in the world, and all of a sudden they go in, they get this monster shot. You ever see the size of it? It's like they're pumping in, you know, it's terrible, the amount. And they pump this into this little body, and then all of a sudden the child is different a month later, and I strongly believe that's it. Now, they have vaccinations, but do them separately and over an extended period of time, not all at one time.
So I think it's a good point. I had no idea you were this involved in that, but we'll definitely look into it, doing a segment a little bit later.